Hi there. I want to welcome you to 12 individual episodes in video format of how do you fight a bully, especially when that bully is the size of the TD Bank. When my problem started in 2008 with TD, I had no idea how many people were having problems with them, and this seems to be growing as the years go by. Episode 1 is going to be about an $88 million error made by TD and how they handled the matter. TD claims that what they do is proper, and I say TD has no idea how to spell the word proper. I had written to 12 of the most senior executives of TD in a 15-page document the problems that I had encountered over a number of years. This was one of the many letters written to TD's senior executives. This time I gave them a deadline to respond, after which they knew that I was going to be posting this on various social media. The deadline has once again come and gone, and par for the course, there was once again no response from TD. As TD's past president Ed Clark said, our commitment to delivering legendary customer service sits firmly at the core of our business model. He also stated, at TD we strive to place you, the customer, at the center of everything we do. It is who we are and how we choose to operate when we get things wrong or fail to meet your expectations. We welcome the opportunity to make things right. Addressing your concerns about TD or the service you've received is a top priority for us. This is not even close to being true. Unfortunately, banking with TD has never been so uncomfortable. TD believes, and their legal department states, that what they do is always proper. There are far too many issues and mistakes that we have witnessed firsthand that it would be too much to talk about in one session. So I will speak about them briefly in 12 short videos. You will also be able to read about this on our website at www.tdthebully.com, which shows what the TD did in no less than 12 separate incidents. The site also has links by others that have been abused by the TD, and many of them got no satisfaction after complaining to the bank. These links make for some very interesting reading. My hope is to give people a chance to comment and react to this blatant abuse by the TD in a single location, because what the TD has done to us and many others needs to be brought to the attention of the media and the public at large. These issues are rampant throughout TD, be it in Canada or in the United States. Unfortunately, most of our TD problems began in April 2011, when we were sued by a company that we had no contractual relationship with, nor were we never served, and had a default judgment ruled against us in a frivolous, vexatious, malicious and fraudulent lawsuit. Within 2 days after the plaintiff got the default judgment, 8 of our bank accounts were garnished, which is still the case today. Our ongoing legal issues and the breakdown of a legal system that has gone so wrong is for another day and time. From emails sent to me by TD, it was quite clear that TD would once again do nothing as it has done over and over again in the past. Every day that goes by, they make things worse, which will be costing me money and not the TD. And why? Because they do not give a damn. And they can get away with it purely because of their size, and therefore they believe they can because they do not account to anyone. TD are professionals at dodging bullets and not answering direct questions. Let me start by showing how proper the TD really is. In February 2008, they made an $88 million error on my account and started bouncing out checks. For 4 days after the error was made, we could not use our accounts because every check written had to be in a draft form. The concern is that this did not put up any red flags or warnings. It was not the bank who called to notify us of the serious mistake, but it was us that had to call the bank. The fact that in the very next line the bank charged us a $10 overdraft protection fee, intimating basically that we were good for the money, and this in itself was an absolute joke with a mistake of this size. Further problems started when the bank went ahead and tried to cover up their mistake a few days later, which is probably illegal. 4 days after the mistake happened, the statement showed a negative balance of $88,700,000 odd, after a check number 2170 for $1,000 odd cleared. However, when printing the same statement from the same source after the same check 2170 went through 6 days later, suddenly there was a positive balance showing. How was this possible? We had been informed by some senior staff members at TD that the TD cannot and will not manipulate bank statements. This is a clear and blatant case of the bank manipulating a statement approximately 6 days after the event, because the statement now suddenly showed a credit of $88,700,000 odd being put through on day one, the same day that the initial error was made, which was not there 4 days later. To view this, go to day one on our website and it will show copies of the statement and what happened. I'm not sure if this is how TD fixes problems they create, but as stated by the TD Ombudsman's Office, seeing there was no financial loss, they stated that there was no problem. The TD to this day still does not get the big picture. The fact that they eventually corrected the issue is not the problem. The problem is what we and many others had to go through and the time and expense wasted until they fixed the problem that they themselves created. The TD Ombudsman told us, and I quote, "The bank asked me to advise you that mutual respect must be maintained between yourselves and the branch staff. After what the bank had put us through and the attitude of management in handling all of these problems, it is a miracle that I kept a cool head at all." It is interesting to open some of the links on the site to see what some other clients had to endure under similar circumstances. We were asked to show mutual respect, but what is the TD allowed to do? In a recording made by a TD customer, a TD Bank customer service employee from Montreal told the customer to shut up. There is a link on this on the site. I also assume that this could be considered to be proper behavior by the TD Bank when they threatened a TD customer with arrest for wanting to file a complaint. Please don't forget to go to our Twitter page and our Facebook page, but just searching for TD the Bully, and post whatever you feel you need to get off your chest regarding the TD Bank. Please do not put in unrelated items. Please like us, share us, repost us, or retweet us. Our tdthebully.com website will also highlight everything I've spoken about today, with examples, links, and documents. If you want to see what was discussed in this episode 1, please go to page 1 of the website. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in episode number 2.